This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code % off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of capes and lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Hello everyone, it's a Friday night. Craziness ensues, Lilith Hellfire's on the rampage. Daylight savings time is her weakness. Anyway, Capes and Lunatics, episode 130 starts right now. Hello and welcome back to the Capes and Lunatics. I am Phil, and joining me, as always, as I said, that rampaging darkness in Florida. And the stash, well, who knows how long the stash will last, but the stash from New Jersey. What? Hold on. There we go. I had to switch back. I had to switch back to my old settings because if we record like Rob Southgate wants us to record, then we could record on all our ends. But if I take the headphones out of my mixer, I can't hear the sound effects or the music. So
okay.
Well, that's why you edit and post, Philip.
Would deprive the YouTube viewers? How dare you?
Just saying, the YouTube is YouTube. It's live and it's messy. Podcast is for the polished product. Just saying that's how you differentiate your brand.
I like the live reactions.
Dong is a medical term. Fight me, nerds.
You know, what it is, he likes it, because he does have a full-time job. How he does everything he does with a full-time job. Because I can barely not have a full-time job and do what I do. So it's like, Phil is...
I offered to edit. Now, if he takes over the boys, I can edit Capes and give,
I know, but I would like to hear I would like to hear the stuff and be able to do. Rob said he'll sit down with me eventually, but that's all behind the scenes.
You need to do, Philip. I'm going to tell you right.
I'm sorry, I said Rob. Master Doom.
You need to do what Tristan does, which is he has one ear with one headphone and the other ear with another headphone. Because Tristan is the king of multitasking, so I have to yell at him all the time. And right now he's with my Bluetooth, so he's got one thing set to one thing, another thing set to another thing. It's like
yeah, but that's the thing. Unless I'm plugged into the mixer, I can't hear any music or effects.
Yeah, well, you need to get like another headphone, like a little earbud. Hook that into the one line, and then hook the other line into the thing you want to record. So that's how you do it, Philip. You got to multitask. You got to be like a Zennial.
Be DJ Lil Hellfire.
You got to be a Zennial like Tristan, who is just totally looping you guys.
I just want to be a master cigar roller like Maz Manzoor.
Does he roll his own cigars?
He was taking a lesson with somebody on Facebook the other day.
Oh yeah, well he's a guy who likes he lives his life to the fullest.
He does.
Well that's what not having kids can give you. It's like, I'm going to learn new and interesting skills, and
He never forgets the little people.
Wow.
I did that reference.
Thank you, Steve Rogers. All right, so hey, Lilith, good news. I have a bunch of Marvel news. So,
hooray!
Well, no, did you see who they picked to be the lead writer on the She-Hulk series coming to Disney Plus?
If it's not Byrne, I don't care.
Well, no, it's Jessica Gao, who I guess.
Oh, yeah, I know her.
She's done so. Didn't she do some writing for Rick and Morty?
Ooh.
That's not what I know her from.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's the article I saw. They're like, oh yeah, she wrote for Rick and Morty.
That's not saying much because she came in as the weakest season.
Well, they said she's
Rick and Morty,
again.
nerd.
I haven't watched it, but supposedly she's the mastermind behind Pickle Rick.
Oh,
that's. I'm not even gonna get into Pickle Rick about people who enjoy Pickle Rick. Not gonna get into it.
Okay. But yeah, they picked her as lead writer on She-Hulk, so.
Well, maybe she, I'm sure she has a good... Look, if you're gonna... Well, now, did she write Pickle Rick, or did Pickle Rick just happen during her watch?
I thought it said she created the concept or something. I don't know.
Well, you know what?
Somebody get Dan Harmon on the phone.
You know what? I don't know how much apple juice flows in the Rick and Morty writers' room.
It's not apple juice. It's
it's powdered
the fluffy
sugar.
white powder that's not meant for babies' butts. I think.
Lilith's Hellfire knockout cheese.
So I don't know if they're eating a lot of powdered donuts or if they're drinking apple juice, but
I'm too drunk for this.
They're eating what?
But yeah, I'm guessing they dropped all this news because Disney Plus is coming on Tuesday.
Come on, get your Founders Edition before it's too late. Come on, guys, pre-order.
Oh, I'm signing up this weekend. Probably tomorrow.
Well, I'm unemployed. I can't sign up
I know.
for anything. I have a job.
Well, there's no the new Marvel stuff's not coming right away. I think the only what did we say last week? I think the only new stuff coming, The Mandalorian, and then that live. I'm not going to watch it, but that live action Lady and the Tramp.
Well, first off, I really want to see live action Lady and the Tramp, but I do want to say my biggest peeve with them is every time I look, it says yes, Disney Plus will be an add-on onto your Hulu subscription.
Mm-hmm.
So add in Disney Plus. You get, if you have Hulu, you can add on Disney Plus. I am waiting for that because I have Hulu, and it's like, okay, well, let me just add it.
That's why you should just get HBO Go now, and then you'll get the HBO Max for free for the first year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I'm just
well,
I think they said. I think they said it.
HBO Go.
Well, don't you have?
Then you'll get it for free.
I was going to say, yeah, they said for like a year. Yeah, you're going to get HBO Max. Was it HBO Max?
Well,
yeah.
Do you have HBO Now or HBO Go?
I think
HBO Go.
I think as long as you have
something different.
I think as long as you're paying for some kind of HBO, isn't it? You're going to get HBO Max free for a year.
It's specifically HBO Go.
Okay, yeah. So HBO Go, you get, so you have that if you have HBO.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I have HBO because I have DirecTV, which is going up next month. They told me today from like $25 to $45. So they ain't losing money on the gig.
And does anybody? And I don't have Verizon, but I thought I heard somewhere. I thought Verizon was giving some of their customers Disney Plus free for
Verizon,
a year or something.
Yeah.
So the mouse is flirting. The mouse is flirting with Verizon, which is honestly the people you want to flirt with in this situation.
Oh yeah, you want to wine and dine Disney, yeah.
No, Disney wants to wine and dine Verizon so they can, match Warner with the AT&T.
Oh yeah.
They realize because they have the content
because they can't buy Apple yet.
Yeah, well, no one wants Apple. I'm sorry, Apple Plus is like the most. That's like one of those TV systems they had that came with your game console.
I'm just talking about the company, not Apple TV in general.
Okay, Apple TV Plus. I'm like the most exciting thing I heard is that one of their prank shows will have music. So it's like, oh, well, that's like the most interesting.
No, Jason Momoa's show is the most interesting thing about Apple Plus.
Okay, I don't know.
Lil's going right for that trident.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Didn't Lil say that even Jason Momoa didn't save?
Ooh,
Momoa didn't save. What do you call it?
Aquaman.
Yeah.
Did you say that, Lil?
I wanted Aquaman, not Jason Momoa being Jason Momoa in CGI water.
Yeah, Biker Man. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, honestly, they never should have let Aquaman grow the beard. That's
without the shirt, without the sound on, he had a really good show that was on. I want to say it was either Amazon Prime or Netflix, Redemption or something like that. That was like 3 seasons long. I mean, he can do certain things. It's just that's not who I wanted for Aquaman because I knew what it was gonna be.
Fair enough.
True.
Hashtag Jake Abel was robbed. Anyway.
And then they also announced that Jeremy Slater, the series creator of Umbrella Academy, is going to be the showrunner on Moon Knight.
That should be fun. That's going to be a wild time, kids.
Oh, yeah.
To be a fly on that writer's room's wall. That's all I'll say.
I can go into that.
Oh, yeah.
Netflix better watch its back.
Yeah. Well, not for nothing. Netflix is doing their due diligence. Has anyone here seen Daybreak?
No. I keep hearing okay things about it.
It is adequately okay. It is not something that you want to necessarily watch right off the bat, but it's something that if you're willing to sit through an episode and go, oh, wow, this has actually got really interesting. It's very weirdly fourth wall breaky to the point where it's like, oh, they were all dead the whole time. Kind of like, yeah, that was kind of obvious. As a fan theory is totally baked in, but it builds well. And where you think the natural endpoint would be, is like, nope, there's 6 more episodes left. And then they ended on a note that makes you go, oh, wow, that is like a weird place to end, because it at once ties up the loose ends, but also kind of leaves the entire possibilities of what happens next completely open. So it is, I highly recommend Daybreak. I mean, it's kind of like Future Man, where the first couple of episodes of Future Man, they're kind of hard to get through. But once you get invested in the mythos, Daybreak really delivers. And that, to me, that's my biggest complaint about Apple Plus, is like nothing that I'm hearing about from Apple Plus sounds like anything other than I'd see on literally any other channel, whether it's Netflix or Wii or anything. It's just like, oh, here's a show with Jennifer Aniston, some other actress.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, Apple, it seems like they only have like 5 shows. It's like everybody else has, I mean, look at Disney Plus. I mean, they're going to have probably the cheapest price, the most content, but I mean, everyone else, Netflix, Hulu, they have all these series.
And then they're going to jump up that price high.
No, it's going to be like DirecTV Now, where it's going to be $45 eventually. It's like, yeah, but they're going to give you a lot of content. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I mean, you jump it up too high, people are going to be jumping ship too. And again, Lilith, even if people are only paying like $7 a month, all those
like 8 different services. You got Prime, you got Hulu, you got
yeah. I mean, you have to compete with the other platforms, and 2, all those Marvel series that are coming, The Mandalorian, those are just like hour-long commercials for all the movies.
Yeah.
Well,
and people are paying $7 a month to watch them.
Philip, you are making the big assumption that Disney's still in the movie business.
Oh,
you don't think they're going to make any more Marvel movies or Star Wars movies, Charlie Esser?
They're in the movie business.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to make any more billion-dollar movies.
If you make a $1 trillion TV show, why would you make a $1 billion movie?
What's going to be a $1 trillion TV show?
Anything could be a $1 trillion TV show, because you get the $1 trillion on the T-shirt sales. No, it's an interesting.
But if you have the means, which they do, why not both? The $1 trillion TV show and the $1 billion movie.
They don't get as much from showing a theater production as they do from showing a Disney.
Yeah, but
basically a Disney Plus is purely vertically integrated.
Yeah, but
every nickel is there.
Yeah, but you 70s child. I mean, even those movies have lives afterwards on streaming and Blu-ray, and
which they can then. It's like they can still do that with Disney Plus. They can move the point of first contact from the theater, and they can still put out road shows, which is what actually people thought would save the theaters back in the 60s. Well, these big road show, big musical numbers, and everyone will come and show up and they'll dress nicely and eat fine food, which sometimes people do at these movies now,
I know the hip language the kids use these days.
They're getting into this idea, maybe, that the movie theater is dying and will only exist as your Alamo Drafthouse kind of style fair, where you're going for a night of...
All the more reason to be boycotting the mouse, but whatever.
Well, it's not like Warner
When Skynet happens, and it's Disney that's Skynet, I don't say I didn't try to tell you guys. Don't say that.
We will come and assimilate. We will come and assimilate you, Lilith Hellfire.
Oh,
look. Try.
No, Lilith will be. See, Lilith would like Daybreak, I think. Although it's like about kids that are like Xennials, so she might not enjoy it as much. But it's like, yeah, that's the world I was meant to be born in.
Not really. These kids, no thank you.
A world with no human beings and dogs. That's her. That's the world she's meant to be born into.
It's a cabin in the woods.
Yeah, well,
you can still do that.
But Disney Plus, like I said, it's not for me. The Mandalorian's literally Moon Knight. Okay, two shows.
She-Hulk.
you know what?
I'd have to see how our first season goes. Like it could go terribly right or terribly wrong. It just depends.
Same with things.
It could be Inhumans. Is all that I'm saying.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Oh,
It's a tricky character.
Not for nothing. Did you see the pictures from
Eternals? Yeah.
Also known as Inhumans 2, bigger budget boogaloo.
At least they got
guy.
What?
That's all because they have 3 people in the picture. You have Tina, who we know. They have a woman in green who is obviously Cersei. But then there's a guy in purple. I don't know if that's supposed to be Makari, if that's supposed to be
No, Makari. They actually have a woman playing Makari.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, I thought Makari was red, but this guy's purple. I was actually looking. There's who was it? Was it Acor or Acor? I don't know. I looked it up earlier today, but it's already left my brain. But yeah, so honestly, it doesn't give me a lot of faith. The image that was leaked, which is why honestly,
I think it was. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be Icarus or whatever.
Oh, Icarus. Yeah, that might have been one. Yeah.
Or it could be Star Fox for all we know.
Or is it like one of those deviants? You know, or is there like a purple one?
Yeah, his name is Thanos. They already used.
No, well, I thought there was another one that was like. I thought it started with a K or something.
There's a guy who is red who is a deviant.
Drake? Are
you
thinking of Drake?
I forget his name. I only remember him because he was in the Evolutionary Wars and had a whole thing with the Super Skrull.
Elf?
No, that was a different thing. Because
Bro? I'm trying to think.
Only one no. No, but he's the big red Thanos looking Eternal, but he's got a gigantic head. He's almost got a big Tyrannosaurus Rex head. He is technically an Eternal.
Isn't that Unimind?
That's what they all combined is the Unimind.
Oh, okay, then I don't know. That's the only brain dude I know.
No. He's got a giant head.
Oh, head. Okay, head.
A giant head, and he looks kind of like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but he's
little head. Didn't you hear what he said?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I don't know who the purple guy is supposed to be, but I mean, it looked very not impressive. But then again, Doctor Strange didn't look impressive in the stills that got released of that.
Yeah, and I wasn't thrilled when I heard about the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie either. So
yeah, so it could be great. It could be fantastic.
It still wasn't that great, but
it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Guardians of the Galaxy is a nearly perfect movie.
Ooh!
Ew.
Oh my god!
Dance off with Ronan?
I mean, I don't know what you're movie. Okay, whatever. I guess.
Boy, you are drinking that mouse Kool-Aid hard.
Oh, he told you to talk to the handler of Hellfire.
Man. No, I'm just saying. Guardians of the Galaxy, you've got, ragtag. I mean, yeah, it's formulaic as all heck. I'm not going to deny that. But, the reason why you have formulas is because they work. It's like if the formulas didn't work, you wouldn't have formulas. It's a formulaic film that delivers really well, where they balance humor and danger and fear and loathing and everything. It's just really nice. Honestly, I will say this. The original Guardians of the Galaxy, better than Endgame. And anything else, please.
Yeah, Lil.
I didn't think Endgame was that great, so I mean, maybe.
Oh, but the big bat.
I liked Endgame, but I feel that one, that Endgame was a cherry for the fans.
Speaking of
Endgame, yeah, okay, yes.
No, I was going to say Endgame's the one they're putting up for all the Oscar nominations.
Oh, and Captain Marvel just for the one.
Oh yeah, but I think they're pinning most of their Oscar hopes on Endgame.
Well, I mean, I think that's fair, and
maybe some visual stuff.
Oh well, no, they're putting up Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
for
I
best.
saw that, and I'm just like, don't bring Robert Downey Jr. into this. He could care less about an Oscar.
No. Well, first of all, yeah, Robert Downey Jr. wants an Oscar. Don't act like he didn't want an Oscar. And quite frankly, I think the reason he didn't want them to put him for the Oscar is because he didn't want the embarrassment of not winning it. But then when there was so much demand for it, and not for nothing, the Academy probably asked him to please, we're begging you, we need a film someone watched to be in line. just please don't give us. I know you're going to get the technical awards. That's fine. We just need something. We don't want to give you adapted screenplay because this is not really an adapted screenplay. Please give us. They wanted the Academy wanted Robert Downey Jr. as a sacrifice.
They're like, please, Robert Downey Jr., let us give you an award. We don't want to go to Chris Pratt, please.
Yes, please, Robert Downey Jr., you're our only hope. The Academy needs this. They need a film someone saw.
It's too little, too late, and nobody watches the Oscars anymore.
They need to look young and hip.
It's all about the other award shows at this point. So
I don't know if the ratings stand that out.
Well, this way they want to get back in the game, Lil. They want to look relevant.
too late. The damage is done.
You know what? They want to look relevant. They nominate Endgame for a bunch of stuff. Oh, well, it's too late to nominate Joker this year, right?
No, you could nominate Joker for this year.
I think it's literally up until after Thanksgiving or something like that.
No, Joker could be up. Honestly, I'm surprised he isn't pushing Joaquin for that.
So I'm saying,
Joaquin, yeah, Joaquin versus Robert Downey Jr. Honestly, that is. I
hated Joker.
I'm sorry, what?
I think Joaquin wins that hands down, though. So I don't know.
I don't know. You know what? I think. Oh man, honestly, here's what I'm gonna say. Whatever happens, it's like all professional sports. The people who own the teams don't care who wins. They just want the fight. So yeah, I think that a Joaquin versus Robert Downey Jr. battle is exactly what Oscar wants.
I mean, I think Robert Downey Jr. was just a little bit better, and two, Joaquin did that role in one movie. Robert Downey Jr.'s played Tony Stark in how many movies?
Yeah, and also you have the entire oeuvre of Robert Downey Jr.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's and although I think Robert Downey Jr. has won an Oscar, hasn't he?
I feel like no.
I thought he won it.
He was nominated.
I was gonna say he's at least been nominated.
When you're Oscar winner, they have to literally say that in every piece of press you're in.
Oh yeah.
No, literally, it's a rule. Even if you're nominated, Oscar winner, Tony winner, whatever. Once you do that, they have to. It's like a rule.
Okay, so I think that honestly, the goodwill that Robert Downey Jr. has and the bad will that Joaquin Phoenix has, it gets to be a real fight. Honestly, as to who did the better performance, I mean, they're two completely different performances. I don't know how you would even compare them. But, I think, the idea of, I think what you can certainly say is that Tony Stark is a much more believable and relatable character than in any way that Arthur...
he's got a BAFTA award.
Wait. He has 2 Academy Awards.
Okay.
1993 for Chaplin and 2009 for Tropic Thunder.
Oh, he was great in Tropic Thunder. That was for Best Supporting.
Yeah. So, but he has 2.
No, I'm sorry. You can.
No, but it's not for the big prize though.
No. That's not for.
He has Best Actor for Chaplin.
Yeah, he's Best Actor for Chaplin. I know he won Academy Award. Yeah, it's honestly it'll be his third. He's Robert Downey Jr. He's very good at what he does.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Wolverine of acting, right down to the excessive chemical abuse at various points in his life.
Oh, jeez.
And the loss of large segments of his past. He's not going to argue if he was on the show and say, yeah. So that's why I don't do that anymore, because that really hurts you.
Oh, wait a minute.
What? Or was he just nominated? Did you read it wrong, Philip?
Yeah, he was nominated.
That's what I thought.
All right, get the clean drop. Lilith Hellfire was right.
I'm going to do that on a t-shirt for Christmas, Philip.
Did he get anything for Chaplin? I thought he maybe got, because I know he was very involved.
No, he was nominated for best actor, but I guess he didn't.
Okay, so there we go. Yeah. So he hasn't won yet. So, but then again, that goodwill of several Oscar nominations comes back, and you go, okay, well maybe this guy gets the final time.
All right.
I don't really care. This is rich white people problems. I literally don't care.
Hey, should we talk some comics?
Sure, why not?
Phil's Comics Corner.
Thank you, Marnell. All right. Someone throw something out.
I wasn't that excited this week, to be honest, except for Legion of Superheroes.
Oh,
and New Mutants. That's about it.
Oh. Well, I didn't read New Mutants. What did you think?
Better than expected. The artwork was fantastic. Story, of course, because it's the number one's all set up and things seem kind of weird and out of place, but it's to be expected in this New Mutant universe that's coalescing. So I'm trying to give it 3 issues.
Well, speaking of that, did you read X-Force #1 that also came out this week?
I didn't get a chance to, but it's in the pile.
Okay, because I was going to say, your girl, Jean Grey's in it.
Yeah, no, I just haven't had the chance.
And Domino.
I had a lot of indie books to read.
Yeah,
so.
and Domino.
Oh, yay! I totally forgot about that.
And, of course, Wolverine, because he has to be in every X book.
I was going to say, that's not a surprise. That's utterly unshocking.
But yeah, it sounds about the same as New Mutants. I mean, the art was great. Again, it's #1. It's all set up, and it looks like spoilers. It looks like Professor X gets shot in the head at the end of the issue.
You know, I hope. But
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it sticks this time.
Yeah. Don't worry. It only hit a very small part of your brain, which is only useful if you believe in psychic powers.
Watch now. He probably got regrown by Krakoa. He'll be like, they thought my brain was in my head. It's gonna be something stupid like that.
It's a cookbook, Philip. It's a cookbook. Hey, I want to give a special shout out to it came out on Wednesday this week from Alterna Comics, which opens up. First off, no log story this week, which is like shocking. But this I really loved. It's a funny thing happened on the way to Frankenstein's Island, which Tristan loves. Anytime I get a book that Tristan loves, I have to give it a shout out. And it's a Gaiju story where we have essentially Najira, who is our big lizard monster that nobody likes, fighting Frankongor. This is Frankenstein's Island. He's the giant Frankenstein ape monster that is our defender and our protector. And, a lot of battle, a lot of Gaiju stuff. Saves a lady on an island where, as luck would have it, Najira was, but a giant plant monster. They kind of had to team up a bit, but then, not so much. And then Kong leaves the Najira to fight the plant monster with the lady. The lady's got something weird on her face.
Uh-oh.
You heard Tristan. She was actually the plant monster the whole time. And Tristan said, "It's me proud as a dad. I love the feel of old comics." So
yes!
Right there. It came out on a Wednesday. Alternative Comics. If you're not reading it, came out on a Wednesday. What is wrong with you? It's only $1.99.
What issue is that?
If it's fun, you'll have all week. Baby.
Number 9.
Ooh.
Number 9. We are adding to our pull list, or at least to our pickup list, this was a good one too. This was just weird. And they shall have like a weird World War II steampunky story where you pick up that they're actually fighting this crazy thing called a Queen Eye that is literally just a freaking eye that wants to give you key that they shoot, and then one of the soldiers starts eating the jelly from the eye, and it's like, ooh, crazy. So there's something wrong with that story. I don't know what, but yeah, I just love this book. This. If you like anthologies, you should be reading it. Came out on a Wednesday. It came out on Wednesday, number 9 from Alterna Comics. Really, a really fun book. So,
hey, Lilith, you said you did read Legion of Superheroes #1?
I did.
Yeah.
It was better than I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean,
it was fun.
Again, it's a first
fun.
issue. It's kind of set up.
Fun.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was a fun Bendis thing.
The artwork kind of threw me off. I was really surprised that they grabbed Ryan Sook. I thought they were gonna get somebody a little different, but
I like the art.
It's a young look for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a different art style than I was expecting for Legion of Superheroes. I was definitely thinking it was gonna have more of a throwback feel, but it feels fresh, which is a good step for Bendis.
And what did you think about the artifact that people were chasing after? People were trying to steal Aquaman's trident in the 31st century.
I was like, okay, sure, whatever.
Speaking of artifacts, Philip, did you get any interesting artifacts when you picked up that book this week?
Why, yes, I did, Charlie Esser. I got a Legion of Superheroes flight ring. Well, for me and my son and my wife.
Oh, wow.
Yay, now the 4 of us have rings.
Why? You have one too?
Yeah. I have like 5 of them. He was just like, take the whole bucket. I was like, okay.
I just got one for me and Luca and Danielle, but there was one platinum, but I guess I don't know how he picked what guy was getting that. I don't know if the guy was paying him or what, but I guess for what?
Probably.
I think it was like every 200 copies the store bought, they got one, like a platinum one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Philip, did anyone of interest like the fact that you got a Legions of Superhero thing for you and your son?
Oh, yes, I put it on Twitter, and the tweets, please go like the tweet on the Capes and Lunatics Twitter, because last I looked, it was like at 198 likes, so let's push that over 200, yeah. But yes, it was liked and then retweeted by Mr.
Bendis
himself.
So close to getting that white whale. We're going to get him on here.
Be nice when he comes.
Yeah, Lilith.
I'm always nice to the guest. You never know in any of the interviews. There's this one.
And Fraser.
Won't say who. You never guess. Totally
yeah, just like if we ever got Alan Moore. Just like if we ever got Alan Moore, Charlie.
No, he couldn't.
No, I would be. Honestly,
I'm going to challenge you to a duel, sir.
No.
Slap him in the face with a glove.
About, the Magic and Mysticism, how he's changed the world through his art,
He sticks to his guns, man. You look at the credits on Watchmen every Sunday, his name is not on that thing.
Yeah,
at all.
Fine.
Disavowed, homie.
Mm-hmm.
Disavowed.
Doesn't mean he doesn't watch it.
All you see is he doesn't want his name on any of them. He tells him, he's like, he don't cast the checks. He's like, don't put my name on it, because all you see is it says based on a series co-created by Dave Gibbons, the artist.
Oh, that's fine.
Gibbons is like, I'll cash that check.
Yeah, well,
why not?
First off, there's no way for us to know that he's not cashing those checks.
His ex-wife's cashing that check.
Well, yeah. There you go.
That's the name they put it in. He's like, yeah, just send it to her.
You know what? Maybe he's just that petty that he's like, yeah, don't pay me, so I don't have to give it to my ex-wife.
I mean, who knows what it is? I actually have respect for Alan Moore. He sold his soul to the devil, but that doesn't mean I disrespect.
I'll make mistakes.
You all do, and I
sold
actually
to
have
Uncle
a lot
Ben.
of respect for Dr. Faustus. He's the guy that started the whole trend. You sell your soul to the devil, you get your greatest dream, but it's not quite what you thought it was going to be, because often your dream is not what you thought it was going to be.
But
that's just showbiz.
I know. But no, like, speaking of Bendis, like, people, you guys claim I bash him, but like, yeah, I like Legion of Superheroes. I thought it was fun, and I've been having fun with Batman Universe. I mean, number 5 was out. It's reprinting that the Walmart stuff. Bendis was writing that Batman story, Charlie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's good. I mean, there was time travel last issue with Green Lantern, and then it's basically Batman chasing down Vandal Savage, for this artifact. Nightwing shows up in this issue. She knew I'd like that. No amnesia or nothing, so that was good. But no, they show what was in the egg they were all chasing after. It was like a white lantern ring. So
no.
Batman puts on
Kyle back.
No, Batman puts on the white lantern ring, and all the Green Lanterns come to arrest him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Why? Are White Lantern rings against the law now?
I don't know. I didn't think so, but they're like, oh, it's like an uncontrollable, illegal power, and Batman's basically like, I can't take it off.
Yeah, and not for nothing, it's like, I don't know. First off, Batman should have all the rings, and I think he's had all the rings at one point or another.
A yellow ring came for him. I know that. Yeah.
Well, obviously, it's like, hey,
he has to coordinate.
And he certainly has willpower. Definitely not without rage, and not for nothing, a little bit of avarice.
Yeah, and they
toss that aside.
There was an Elseworlds where he got the Green Lantern ring, so yeah, he's had a Green Lantern ring too.
Yeah, well, they've given Batman all the powers over the years, And
well, Batman is, king. If you're gonna hit the king, you better kill the king.
That's right.
What you Black Lightning?
Oh, I know. Yeah, did you hear about that, Charlie? Tony Isabella, who created Black Lightning, was saying, what do you say, little Batman's toxic?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of, the way he said it was just like, ooh, sour grapes. Kind of, but he had a point.
I don't want to work in comics?
He kind of had a point. The way his delivery was off.
It's first off, even like Frank Miller would probably be the first one to say, yeah, he's a very toxic person. It's sort of like Alan Moore when he talks about Rorschach. It's like, you're not supposed to like this guy.
Yeah, but Frank Miller says it ironically, like, "Oh, look how grim and gritty I can make Batman! Isn't he such a douchebag?" Yeah.
A whole other thing.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't separate it from the reality that he's kind of a toxic person. He's kind of filled with a lot of hate and rage, which is why, honestly, I would love to see the Red Lantern ring find Batman. Because Red Lantern ring, Batman Who Laughs, make it happen.
Batman Who Laughs is already OP as hell, which brings me to one of my favorite books this week. The one with Shazam. Big surprise. The Infected King Shazam #1. The plot is kind of paper thin, but I kind of just like seeing Billy like with a bad streak and he's like punching through people, and they gave Mary a really good subplot in there, which like never happens.
Wait, Shazam is punching through people?
Well, he's infected with it's that spinoff from the Year of the Villain.
Yeah, and it's coming out of Batman Superman too. Yeah. Batman Who Laughs is infected. Shazam, Commissioner Gordon.
It's the new Secret Sinister Six.
And they're like, there's a couple more he's infected, but they haven't revealed who yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be 6 of them. Yeah. Abby.
So like Batman and Superman were trying to track them all down.
Okay. So
it's all leading up to yet another villain event when Lex Luthor and Batman Who Laughs are going to war against each other.
Well, yeah. So obviously, just like Solomon Grundy is going to be the new Lord of the Green. Obviously, Black Adam gets his redemption arc when he smacks the butt out of Shazam. He's like, "Look, I may be evil, but you're just crazy." It's gonna be the whole Joker Red Skull thing again, where it's like, I may be a sociopathic murderer, but at least I'm a patriot. No. It's going to be like, I may be all these things, and then you're going to have your Black Adam redemption arc just before we get a nice little Black Adam film with someone by the name of
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson.
Don't call me The Rock. Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne. So that's my prediction for there. Because I don't know how you have a corrupted Shazam. Because his entire point is he is not to be corrupted. That's why you have Billy Batson, because he's a good person.
They played with it in a couple of other things. And it's very far and few between when people focus on Shazam. So I'm just like, yes, whatever we can get.
Yeah, because they kind of play with that every couple of years. Because remember, what was that in the mid 2000s, Lil, when they kind of did that with Mary Marvel, like they corrupted her. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then again, it was Black Adam giving her powers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But then again, that again was a point where Black Adam seemed almost like a decent guy. And I think more than the corruption of Shazam is the redemption of Black Adam arc, where they kind of, not for nothing, even though he's like, the artistic design is so similar, I think it's like trying to make him into DC's Namor. Where it's like, he's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy,
Yeah.
Unlike Nightmare, who is a bad guy, who is a bad guy. To understand that, scroll down to our Kibble Smith interview on Super Connected.
That's right, last week's interview.
Yay! Shameless plugs, my favorite.
Daniel Kibblesmith, writer of Loki, and also writer for The Late Show, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, and also the Lockjaw series, which I love. They didn't even realize.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Lils, you know what else he wrote?
What?
Which I don't think we like too much, but the Black Panther versus Deadpool.
It was obvious cash grab, but they did what they could with it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just get handed lemons and you literally do have to make lemonade. So
I know.
Fair enough.
He did his best. Oh, hey, Lilith, are you still reading Lois Lane?
Yes, we're on issue 5. It's probably the best book you're not reading. I'm enjoying it. I really like this take on Lois. I just, I would prefer her marriage and her son, be in the main book. But, I can't. Beggars can't be choosers. At least she's not dead.
Well, was that next week that Bendis is pulling that, Superman's going to reveal to the world he's Clark Kent?
Yes.
Because the Superman was sighted making out with Lois Lane, so is he going to be like, see, my wife's not cheating on me. I'm not being cuckolded. Okay, hold on.
I'm Bendis. No, well, think of that. First off, For a guy who doesn't really protect his secret identity that much, it's a little... Honestly, it's kind of... Honestly, not for nothing. I think the minute that someone says, hey, Lois Lane is making out with Superman, isn't she, like, with Clark Kent? Wait a minute. Superman, Clark Kent? I think maybe just trying to get out ahead of it. It's like the minute that someone sees, oh, Lois Lane, Clark, and Superman, they're a couple. And Clark Kent and Lois Lane are a couple. And then maybe like, oh, this ain't a Cyclops Wolverine thing. This is a...
ain't no throuple on the other side of the moon.
They're just role-playing. But I mean, I do like I said, yeah, like you were saying, Lois Lane's good. I mean, we got Renee Montoya question in here. I mean, they're actually dealing with some real world events because she's still tracking down, the whole thing with kids in cages and stuff. And
which it has a really effed up ending in real life. Turns out we're deporting the parents and adopting the kids. Like, so messed up.
Yeah. That is ripped.
But the Lois Lane series is good.
Yes, it is.
All right, Lilith, I know you're not reading this. Batman 82.
Should I be? Like, it's just so much Batman. I'm over it.
This, I mean, Tom King's wrapping it up in 3 issues, I think. I mean, this issue was weird because it's like, Batman and Catwoman come in. Like, Catwoman's kicking the crap out of Bane because, Bane's like, oh, we're gonna have a fair fight. Batman's like, yeah. Then Catwoman comes in. We're like, yeah, we lied, and so Catwoman's kicking the crap out of Bane. Batman is about to break Bane's back, turn about his fair play. And then, of course, Flash, Thomas Wayne, Flashpoint Batman comes in, shoots Bane and Bruce.
Whoa.
And that's how the issue ends.
Why is he shooting Bruce?
Because Bruce betrayed him! Bruce is weak!
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Lil Flick, he's not wrong.
Yeah, this is... Batman 82? Is this taking place in the far-flung year of 1982?
No, Batman issue 82.
Oh, issue 82. Okay. I was what a weird,
Charlie was so lost for a second.
Oh, well, that's I saw...
Okay, there's Batman 66. There's Wonder Woman 76.
I know.
I am not familiar with what happened in 82 with the Batman.
Well, that's I saw an article last night. It says, "Oh, Wonder Woman 84 canceled," and then if you click on the link, they're talking about the Wonder Woman issue 80, upcoming issue 84. Yeah, exactly.
They knew what they were doing.
I know, because there was just
they're putting all their hopes on Wonder Woman, homie. I'm sorry. They're like, yeah, Joker's great, but we need some kid-friendly stuff too.
I mean, that whole universe, they want to reboot, but they're like, well, Wonder Woman's still a part of this, Aquaman's still a part of this.
She was the first, damn it.
Yeah.
Which technically makes sense.
The big problem was they went with an old Batman for some reason.
Well, yeah, now they're going the opposite direction.
Because they thought Ben Affleck was going to be the Robert Downey Jr., and a lot of people said no. I mean, yes, he has alcohol substance problems and things like that.
Well, but Robert Downey Jr. didn't have that by the time they started doing films with
Exactly my point. Exactly. You're so close. You got to get him after rehab.
Exactly. Well, the third rehab. Let's be honest.
He's got about 3 more in him, but, whatever.
Whoa.
Hey, man. I know things. I know people.
No,
I hear things. I hear things. Okay. Hey, Lil, sir.
Well, to Bojack's point, is a predatory system where they kind of depend on you to relapse. I'm just saying that whole system needs to be over.
Well, only for the paid rehab. You can actually just stop drinking on your own with the help and support of friends and family if you want.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, it's harder. You just have to actually, freaking not pay someone to tell you you're a good boy.
That's America. That's the American way at this point now. We just want pats on the back, even if we have to pay for it. Tiny.
You know what? I just want to say this. I just saw an episode of Leave It to Beaver where Wally makes the point that everyone got an honorable mention because his parents were so proud to get an honorable mention. And he said, no, everyone got an honorable mention.
Be control.
So basically, participation trophies go back to the 50s. So,
I was just about to say, yeah. But, it's funny because we didn't have, it's weird. Where I grew up, we actually didn't have that. So I'm just like, I don't know these participation. Either you were good enough or you weren't. I don't know what to tell you.
We crushed the weak, just like Batman's father.
You know what? Here's what I always say about participation trophies. You can't actually have a game unless someone plays.
Unless someone wins
it's
and
no
loses.
fair if it's always a tie. That's like unless you're playing soccer.
But it's not a tie because there's a first place trophy, there's a second place trophy, there's a third place trophy, and then okay, everyone else, you know what? Thanks for showing up. We actually do appreciate that you showed up every day. Here you go. You know, it's basically the childhood equivalent of a paycheck. You know, when you get a paycheck, it's not because you did a great job. It's because you showed up and you did a job. You get a bonus if you did a great job. But if you just did a job, here's the barest minimum we can give you that we agreed to.
Charlie, as fathers, I think you'll agree. You know, I think the participation trophy started as, hey, that kid over there is crying because he lost. Let's give him something shiny.
No, it's called an orange slice and shut the hell up.
No, it's
what?
No, it is a
what kind of kids are we raising?
Listen, you bourgeoisie capitalists.
Oh!
I just want to say, the reality is, if you don't support the line, you don't support the industry. The industry is built not on the executive or even the employee of the month. It's built on every single person wiping up the vomit in aisle 3 that makes this operation work. And if you're going to say, oh, you're the guy who wiped up the vomit in aisle 3, you are not worth our recognition. It's like, you know what? Then he's going to stop mopping up vomit in aisle 3, and our aisles are going to be full with vomit before the end of the day.
Listen. I'm an HR manager. I get it. I know. But seriously, if the kid's crying, give him an orange slice and tell him to shut the hell up and keep it moving. Tapping these little kids up, bro.
Yes, people. Lilith has no children.
Or if
you're in South Park, or maybe we just have to baby everybody lest they all become Mexican jokers. I don't know. I'm willing to take the chance. Maybe you're not. I'm willing to take the chance.
Mexican Joker.
Yeah, watch South Park, man.
What? I guess they're making a joke about Mexican's name is Park. So.
You gotta. It's the first episode of the new season. Just watch it. Even if you're not a South Park fan. I thought it was good.
I'm sure it's very good. South Park does really great comedy. I'm not going to deny that. South Park is really cutting edge, but you know, it's like it's a very big universe, so it's a lot to take in. You know, I don't know. Like I'm still stuck on Big Gay Animal Farm.
Oh wow!
I'm old school, man. I can't jump in. Like, you know, you gotta know, you know, and you know, I like. You know,
nothing beats the movie.
I like South Park as much as anybody, although sometimes it gets a little like, you know, someone should be arrested. Like, you know, Cartman should be in jail by now.
Screw yes, I'm going here.
You know, it's like at a certain point, you know, when he had people's parents killed, it's like, you know what?
And we made him eat them.
Officer Brady is not the top law enforcement person in the world, and if he's even in charge of law enforcement anymore.
Even Chef had to get out. Even Chef had to get out eventually.
Give it up on South Park. I get it. You could skip like seasons 14 all the way to I'd say probably 17. Start at 18 and work your way down. They're only like 10 episodes after season 18 or something like that. So
oh really?
It's not that big of an investment anymore.
I've been trying to catch some recently, lately on Comedy Central, but yeah, they're only doing 10 episode seasons now. Okay.
Well, just a thought. I just wanted to throw that out there. I appreciate Matt and Trace.
That seems
they would make a new movie.
That seems to be like the new like streaming platform.
That's how HBO Max definitely got me. I was like, Rick, Morty, and South Park gonna be. Oh, I don't have to like do no janky websites. Finally, okay.
Although
no more Chinese viruses, love.
To be fair, I guess from my point of view, is I would rather Matt and Trey do something new.
Ooh.
No, like I said, I wish they would make a new movie, whether it be in the vein of basketball or Orgasmo.
Orgasmo.
It's like
basketball.
I prefer basketball.
Oh, basketball. Yes.
I love basketball. Don't ever badmouth basketball.
Your mother's
dad. The moment is really great too. I like whatever they try. Like I'm willing to support them, and I love how they were just like, you know, tongue in cheek, cancel South Park so we can do something new. Fans
Yeah.
are like, no!
Well, exactly, and then it is where your bread is buttered on. And to
It's like
them,
The Simpsons.
it's like, look, this is our paycheck. This is our participation trophy, and we're going to keep on participating. And some
Until
of
Comedy Central says no.
exactly,
yeah.
So yeah, that's their participation. That's all.
So what was the best Marvel book you boys read?
Is it?
I'll tell you what,
I was going to say Doctor Doom #2, but...
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one, and I did read it. Doctor Doom #2.
I did read
and
it too.
I did enjoy Prodigal Son. Surprisingly.
Oh, Prodigal Son came out? Oh, man, missed that one?
Are you behind? What?
Which Prodigal? Who was he fighting with in this Prodigal Son?
Lilith?
There's another Prodigal Son? I'm sorry.
Well, no, there was a Fantastic Four. There was a Guardians of the Galaxy. Was there a
Yeah.
Silver Surfer? I mean, those were out a while ago.
Oh,
this one is, for Fantastic Four.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the first one. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yes. Sorry, that was 2 months ago, Lilith.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. It's fine. I love that book. I love when he makes the point that doesn't anyone have what is the thing with invisible barriers on this? Which is just like, I love the idea of an omnipotent being just constantly being running into walls. It's just brilliant.
But wait, Lilith, can you turn your camera on for a second? I want to see your jaw hit the floor when Charlie Esser names his pick of the week.
No, just tell me.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll say, and I read all my books this week.
And I said, read this, and tonight he's like, this one I think is my pick of the week.
Yeah.
Say it.
It's something Charlie Esser would enjoy. It's Black Cat whatever it was.
Number 6. Boom.
Wow.
But why is it, Philip? Why is it my pick of the week?
Is it the conversation during the date she has with
Yes,
Batroc the Leaper?
Batroc the Leaper. And honestly, that is like, oh my gosh, this is a ship that must sail.
I read that. I'm like, this is something Charlie Esser would like.
It's something Charlie Esser would like. Let me just put it to you that way.
By the way, just a real weird side question. Is Black Fox Felicia Hardy's father?
No, I think this is a retcon for this series, but I guess they're saying like he must have worked, and I don't know if he like maybe trained like Black Cat's father.
Okay.
Or then it was like training her too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, because I knew that because I never really knew who Felicia, sort of like Loki's mom. I don't know who Felicia Hardy's father is. And so,
well, I don't think he's ever been in the comics, but she's mentioned that he was a thief and then he died. Yeah, so yeah, I think they've retconned it where the Black Fox and her father were friends, and he was helping train her. Yeah,
sort of a father figure.
Yes.
Okay, so that's cool. But no, and you get this, and I love the where you're seeing everything, where you have the overlay of the conversation between Batroc and Black Cat. I love that Batroc gives her a blender.
Oh yeah, it steals her a blender.
Because it's like, I don't know, man. This is a random theft. It's like, have a blender. Like what? You don't drink smoothies? It's like, and honestly, the brilliance of it is like, look, this is just we're just having fun around here. You stole the goblet, and that's great. It's like, okay, and again, not for nothing, he's not a thief; he's a merc. It's a completely different line of work, similar subsets and skills, but it's what he does, And I love the fact that they absolutely have like great chemistry. They certainly, have their evening of playing Jeopardy together, and then move on.
Hit the buzzer.
You watch Jeopardy. This is what me and my wife do. We watch Never Repeat. And that's what couples do together. And then in the background you have Black Fox apparently being chased by hand ninjas and him basically beating them up, which I love because it kind of suggests the idea that that basically there are tiers to hand ninjas. But, unless maybe Black Fox is just that good.
He's always trying to rip off the wrong person, because even in his first appearance, he had the Red Ghost and his super apes after him. Spider-Man had to save him from them. Then in the 90s, he like ripped off this like big expensive emerald, which turned out to be like it was Doom's mother. So like Spider-Man had to like fight Doom so he wouldn't kill Black Fox.
Wait, the emerald was Doom's mom?
No, well, it was owned by his mom. So he was like, "Oh, you dare touch this emerald that was."
His mom owned a gigantic emerald. Why are they freaking poor gypsies?
I don't know.
I don't know. Comic books don't always make sense.
It's a giant retcon emerald, Charlie Esser. Come on.
It's the emerald of the.
Wait, are emeralds worth a lot of money?
It was huge.
Yes, emeralds are worth a huge amount. Emeralds are actually rarer than diamonds.
I mean, the thing was like the size of someone's head. That's how big it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a comic book emerald, So
Amazing
honestly,
Spider-Man 349 and 350, Lilith. We'll have to cover it one day.
That's not ringing a bell at all.
Yeah. To be fair, as Moman will tell you, it's like, no, these are like sand. Like, you go like literally like 100 yards down, you get like caverns of diamonds. So, the Earth in the Marvel Universe is very oddly designed. And if not for the fact that it was riddled with monsters, it's weird that like Roxxon is trying to get all this oil because honestly, that's like the only thing they can get at that isn't being guarded by monsters. Like every other natural resource in the Earth's crust is just, you're going to have to fight a gigantic monster, just so you know. And you're probably going to awaken it, and it's going to bring the Fantastic Four, and that's going to cause problems for you. So they basically decided gigantic gemstones are not worth their time. Also, you have the obvious fact that if you start bringing gigantic gemstones out of the Earth, that's going to devalue the gemstones. So gemstones are only valuable because they are rare. And the second you realize that, oh no, we can bring out like a diamond as big as the Ritz out of the Earth, suddenly you can't have Scott Fitzgerald weapon. Second you find out that there are diamonds as big as the Ritz, you can't really sell diamonds anymore. So
that's right.
You shouldn't be selling diamonds anyway.
That's right, people. You know how much moloid blood is on those diamonds?
Yeah, Well, not if you're the mole man, because he actually just asked the moloids to bring him the diamonds. They bring him because it's like, here you go, here's a diamond. But speaking of Dr. Doom number 2, yes. Lilith, what do you think of it?
It's not what I was really expecting, but I like it.
Did you read number 1?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here's what I got to say about this. The most mind-numbingly fascinating aspect of this is the interplay with Morgan Le Fay.
Yes.
Because if you're reading Excalibur, which I did, Morgan Le Fay is like, oh, I am the Lord of Camelot, and da-da-da-da-da. And am I evil, am I not? I don't know, but you're going to find out. And here she's like, no, I got to play some Queens. It's nice to chill out.
Yeah, but is that, are we getting like two different, is there an alternate version of Morgan running around, or?
I mean, it could be alternate timelines.
Magic double.
Honestly, this is clearly not in general Marvel continuity.
But it's like a political mystery. Am I reading this right? It's like, I don't know.
Well, Doom is a head of state.
Yeah. Well, the idea is, to catch Lilith up. So, a bunch of terrorists blew up a big base on the moon that was supposed to solve global warming for reasons.
With a black hole.
They put a black hole. Honestly, this is like the worst science comic you're ever going to see. Because, I don't know science that good. I like to think I do. I'm like a dabbler. No, literally, I'm a dabbler in science.
It's a petty dabbler in science.
I'm a petty dabbler in science. And as soon as you start looking at this, like, I don't think black holes work like that.
How any of this works, Charlie. It's fine.
Exactly. But, like, apparently a bunch of Latverian terrorists blew up the moon. Or not the moon, but the moon base that had the black hole on it. Killed a bunch of people. Because Dr. Doom said, oh, you can't put a black hole on the moon. That's a stupid idea.
Or someone's framing Doom.
Fail. Although, to be fair, it's one of these things where it's like they actually asked Doom to help. And Doom was like, no, you should have come to, I can only do it myself. I could be the genius who solved it. And he had this other side plot line where like Kang and Doom were kind of stuck in a time loop together.
And he's seen flashes of this.
I have to go find issue 1 now.
And he's seen flashes of this alternate timeline where he has he's married and has kids and his face is fine. And
always that vanity. Always his vanity.
No, well, he makes the point. I know that Doom, and that Doom is weak, and he's probably talking about the Doom that never got his face messed up.
Yeah, probably.
Because there's a universe in which his face never got. Because there is a universe in which his face literally didn't get messed up, where he said to Reed, "What do you mean my math is wrong?" And he says, "No, see, just press 3 to 2." Oh, shoot, the 2, my greatest nemesis. And then they became best friends, and it's like, oh yeah, let's just make the world better, you and me do.
So Rick and Morty speaking for Rick and Morty, okay.
No, Leonard and Sheldon.
Bazinga.
And
hashtag don't miss that show.
Well, honestly, it's sort of Superior Spider-Man all over again. It was like, oh, being nice can't be good because I wasn't nice, and now I can't admit that being nice was good. It's like, dude, just
oh my lord.
Grow as a person.
It's okay.
Lilith.
Let Charlie have this. Let him complain about it.
Lilith, listening audience, we're going to get 6 months of what did they do to Superior Spider-Man, which I don't blame him. Lilith, I told him last week, now he knows our pain with the marriage. Mephisto just magically wipes stuff away.
I've never supported that.
Uncle Ben. I know, but this is closer to your heart.
Well, yeah, this is closer to my heart because actually,
I actually care about this.
I do care about Peter and
what's her face?
Peter's a menace. It's fine. We get it.
Well, he's a menace to himself and others, That's the thing about Peter. You're a menace to yourself and others. It's not even just that he's a menace to others. It's like he's a menace to himself. He's just like, you gotta sort of grow up a bit.
Did anybody see that Spider-Man and Venom Double Trouble? I'm like, what the damn hell?
Is that one of the all ages books or something? Because just I don't know if it was just the covers, but some of the art
looks it's like
yeah. So I don't know if it's that's one of their all ages things or something. Yeah, I guess the whole thing is Peter and Eddie Brock switch bodies or something.
Yeah. This is really weird.
Yeah, I've seen the solicits, but I really haven't seen much else about. And like I said, the covers, just the art makes it look like it's one of those all ages things.
It was fun if you don't care about the characters.
Oh, you read it?
Characters. So it's a lot of humor, seriously.
Okay. So is it in continuity or
no?
No,
definitely not.
Okay.
It's not even. Yeah, I guess it's in all ages because there's just this is not Venom, but cool.
Who's the Venom? Is it Eddie Brock?
Yeah.
The least interesting of all the Venoms.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah, no, really. Yeah.
What was that last guy? That league? Come on.
Matt Garrigan?
The Scorpion.
Yeah, the last
Come on.
about as interesting as Hobgobble Gobble.
No, Matt Garrigan was an actual interest. First off, Matt Garrigan is an interesting character because he's kind of again, Miles Morales, a man Marco type, a man out in Marco type, where it's he never really he participated in the experiments, but never really he never really understood what all of this meant. He kind of completely derailed his entire life to be in this world. And it's not to say he was a good guy. And actually, Matt Garrigan, who was actually a PI, he wasn't even a professional criminal.
Yeah,
he was just a private investigator.
Oh, Mr. Jameson, you'll give me $50 and a Twinkie and some superpowers. I'm in.
Exactly. It's and then he's just in the light, and it's and not for nothing, isn't that the tale of so many gangsters? It's hey kid, carry this paper bag over to that guy. Give that to him. Okay.
Why is it ticking? Why is it ticking?
Sorry. Exactly. Now you're in the light. And so I have this weird thing with Matt Garrigan where it's or Matt Gargan. Sorry. I always put extra vowels in these people's names. Matt Gargan. And it's he never asked for this per se. He didn't say no, but he didn't ask for it. And now he's freaking the Scorpion, and he had a Venom. And to me, that's more interesting than Eddie Brock. I like to lift weights, and I don't like Peter Parker. To me, Eddie Brock's kind of okay. I guess this is where we're at, and we're just gonna do this. And it's kind of, to me, Eddie Brock always feels like a placeholder for the next more interesting take on Venom.
Well, supposedly, I heard that like back at, when they first created Venom, they were talking about doing like having it be a female, and then they're like, oh no, we can't have Spider-Man punching a girl. So that's when they came up with Eddie Brock.
It was supposed to be Eddie Brock's wife. So it was supposed to be this person who had this anger at Spider-Man for ruining Eddie Brock's life, basically.
Oh no, that's not even what I heard. I heard it was going to be a woman who she's on her way to the hospital in a cab. She's about to give birth, but it gets caught in a Spider-Man fight and miscarries or something. And
okay,
yeah.
So
that's definitely a 2019 spicy storyline we can get behind now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
back in the 80s, maybe not so much.
Yeah,
but
1988.
No.
Sometimes stories come too soon, and that's why Eddie Brock winds up as Venom. It's like if he said, "Oh, what if there was like this alien symbiote that bonded with someone who hated Spider-Man?" Then you might go, "Oh, well, it's like this entirely interesting story." But the 80s, let's have some weightlifter, not like let's have some jock, not like Peter Parker. Because he's friends with Flash Thompson.
Let's have a Flash stand-in. Because we can't get Flash to Venom.
Eddie Brock is just, how dare you point out that I was bad at my job, Spider-Man.
Yeah, which is like the height of privilege, too. So it's like...
white reporter privilege.
Exactly. It's like nothing about Eddie Brock works in our current era. It's like... Even like, I had cancer, and then I don't have cancer. It's like, well, isn't that convenient for you?
You punched holes in my fake news, Spider-Man. You must die.
At least Captain Marvel.
He would have got a job on Fox News and would have been.
Oh, there's your what if.
That's my honestly. That is your next story. You need to get Eddie Brock working with J. Jordan Jameson on the Fact Channel. Yes.
On Facts and Friends.
Facts and Friends.
Well, it's called the Fact Channel. That's how they code it. It's called the Fact Channel.
Yes, I know. That's why I said Facts and Friends, because it's Fox and Friends.
Oh, I see. You gotta give Eddie Brock.
I have to take. Well, I won't say who, but there's somebody that's grandma never turns. Like every time I'm over their house, that channel is on, so that's how I know.
Sure, I will.
Yeah, well, it is a broadcast, so that's the thing about Fox and Friends. If there's a channel 5 in your neighborhood, it's usually Fox.
What? You think only old people watch that, Lilith? Just because every commercial was for like,
a hip replacement.
Yeah, or walkers, or like those tubs that.
People don't turn the channel, homie, because they forgot where the remote was.
No. And let me just tell you this: as a watcher of broadcast TV, pretty much all of it is for incontinence products. So. Or who?
To be fair, Amazon employees use that now too. Okay, to be fair,
it'll help you poop, but it's not incontinence. It's just efficient. It'll help you poop.
Oh, speaking of help you poop, did you read Green Lantern Black Stars #1?
Unfortunately,
I was like, okay, Hal did this. I'm here for it. Him being an incompetent jack bottom, I'm totally here for it.
But why do we need a 3-issue miniseries? I mean, they kind of they put the Green Lantern book on hiatus, and then they did this 3-issue.
They give us this, I know.
Green
I'm
Lantern
just
Black.
Give me Kyle with the White Lanterns and the Metal Men, please. Like, can we go back to that then? This ain't it. This is not it.
It's Grant Morrison on his drugs. It's just like.
I did enjoy that artwork, but it did feel a little psychedelic as well. So, like, if I had a black light, it was totally gonna light up. That's when you hit the smoke the doobie button. So.
Smoke the doobie.
I was thinking black light,
I don't
something
know
else.
what mess this is, but I am not interested in this Green Lantern mythology. Just bring back my regular book. Can we get a council of Green Lanterns? Can we just have all our human Green Lanterns or something?
Wouldn't it be smarter to just have a council of lanterns where you actually invite the Red Lanterns and the Black Lanterns and everyone has a vote, and we're going to say, look, let's have our Game of Thrones. Let's have a Game of Lanterns. DC, how have you not figured this out yet? Game of Lanterns.
I mean, is Grant Morrison just like a one-trick pony now, Lilith? Is it just like, how much? Let me do some drugs. What kind of sick, twisted crap can I throw at people this time?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think that the Green Lanterns needed a refresh and a reboot because I don't think anybody cares about Green Lanterns anymore.
Well, you think they're going to reboot them again once this HBO Max series
hits? Once this doesn't
hits?
work out, once this doesn't sell, yeah.
Well, they already are making a Green Lantern. They've already said that we're doing a new Green
Well,
Lantern.
no, that's anthology. The way that I'm seeing that is that it's an anthology kind of based in the old Green Lantern stuff, but it needs a refresh so that it's like more streamlined for newcomers. I just feel like Green Lantern anthology is not that. It's just not that deal for a lot of people.
That I think that's the big thing. I don't think the Grant Morrison stuff is very new reader friendly. Because I think it said they're like, oh, you got to be like a big fan of like what is it, like 60s or 70s Green Lantern stuff.
When it made the least sense.
Yeah.
As a person that is like Silver Age, Golden Age, I have to say that is the time that Green Lanterns made the least sense.
You know the stuff before Hard Traveling Heroes.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna toss this out there. You want to do a Green Lantern story right? Start with what's his name, Alan Scott. Start with, hey, here's a random thing I found that suddenly has all this magical power. And then unearth an entire mystery and legend and story from there. That's the problem with the Silver Age Green Lantern. It's like, okay, here's a fully formed omniverse that we now have to sort of cram into. And it works for comic books, but it's not always best for any kind of narrative story that's not a comic book because people want an ongoing legend story that isn't all just, as luck would have it, here are the gods of the universe bestowing gifts upon you, So, yeah, start with Alan Scott and then grow from there. That's my advice to DC.
And now that he's gay, it's perfect for this narrative that they like in 2019.
I don't think no, that was like that New 52 crap. Like, I think
that actually stuck, though, is what I heard. That is actually.
I mean, unless they do two versions of the JSA, because they kind of, I think Doomsday Clock is supposed to bring them back, but they kind of like snuck in that like classic JSA version in like Justice League now. So
who's to say that classic version? I mean, have you seen that outfit, honey? Just saying.
True. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
It is. Well, first
and plus, it was more of a well-kept secret back then because it had to be because you'd be thrown in
I just didn't know if they were going to try to reintroduce his kids though too.
Captain Metropolis,
They're just confirmed bachelors hanging out, having fun.
Good friends, having dinner at a restaurant randomly after everyone thinks they're dead.
Or if you're a woman, you get a Boston marriage, or you're just gals being pals.
Can't find a wife, just like that poor Liberace.
Whatever her name was. Lady, yeah. Anyway, Alan Moore's got to shoot.
Poor Alan Moore.
I'm just saying that. Well, not really. Everyone in the '90s had a lot of issues in comic books. But.
Back in the '90s, he was a very famous comic book writer.
Well, he's still a very famous comic book writer. The man's a Shatner. He can make his whole living just going to conventions, signing old pieces of artwork.
Mm-hmm.
You know the sad thing is that I haven't seen Shatner at a con in literally a decade, though.
Because it doesn't have to.
He actually has been doing other things. He's actually a working actor. He got back into being a working actor, making fun of William Shatner, which is a great gig if you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we want someone to really overact this scene, so we want you to totally. I'm sure people like directors tell them we want you to totally Shatner it up. It's like, I'm there, man.
I'm your man.
I got ex-wives and kids and motorcycle habits to support. So,
Yeah, okay, stop hiring Shatner so I can go back to seeing him at cons. Thank you.
Oh,
Lord.
Yeah, I don't know how often you see Stulo anymore now that he's all on Facebook.
Oh, my.
Actually, a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, good for you. Well, not for nothing, he's got to do that.
Oh, my.
Because he does his business on the social. So, and that's how you tell the difference. But, if you have to shake hands with the hoi polloi, you do. If you don't, you don't.
Well, George Takei had like a musical on Broadway was it on Broadway for a while? Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Allegiance. It's about the Japanese American internment camps.
Yeah, and that's always in talks to be made into a movie or something.
Yeah.
Just nobody invite Russell Crowe, and we're good. They ruined Laces.
Why ruined Russell Crowe to film about Japanese Americans?
Tom Cruise Last Samurai.
Ooh. Touche.
Tropic Thunder, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, but that was the joke in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah,
Lilith,
yeah,
that was the joke in Tropic
that
Thunder.
That was
It still counts.
that was a Blazing Saddles level
It
joke.
still counts.
That was the point.
It still counts.
Well, but they had an African American actor in that as well, who calls him out on it as well. So it's like,
Just because you're lampshaded don't mean we can't talk about it.
we can talk about it, but the joke is within its own context. You can't take. Here's what I'll say: you can't take a joke out of context if there's a context to the joke.
White privilege. Moving on.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can we cut?
Seriously, poor taste. Whatever.
Can we cut this off? We still got a super connectivity to do.
Oh, you still have a super connectivity to do?
I
How
have
do
6
you
books I haven't
crazy
even
kid?
talked about yet.
I thought Lilith was in a rush to get out of here, but now she's arguing, Tropic Thunder. I was like,
I gotta talk about Immortal Hulk of Savage Avengers.
we could talk down on super connectivity.
Yeah.
Daredevil.
Marvel. Oh, I missed Daredevil. And of course, the final issue of Actual Roger.
Oh, did you?
Find out. Does he say actual?
Yeah, and if you read Old Man Quill.
Ooh.
How dare
Hey,
you?
everybody I know
read
said that
every
was the
book
worst
about
Marvel
this.
book.
What, Old Man Quill?
Number 2, right?
No, number 11.
Never mind then. What am I thinking of?
Well, Hellfire. Are you actually? You go to comic book shops on Wednesdays, or do you
No, she don't. Miss Digital. Millennial Digital.
No, I do go to. I have to go to my comic book shop because there's some things that I need to get. physically.
I get the feeling that Lilith. Yeah, but I think she
My
doesn't look
my books may have been mixed up. There are some that sit around that I don't read necessarily.
Hey, kids, did you read this Prodigal Son Fantastic Four?
Oh, you know what? It's because the trade came out. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Okay. See, in my comic book shop, when you come in, they have like a little yellow hang tag that says "New this week."
Yeah.
No, I mean it's just books at this point, just everywhere. It's a mess in here.
Hey, did you know Spider-Man has a clone?
That much I know. Thanks to Philip.
I know you do.
You gonna play the drop? You gonna play the drop?
Oh, you want it? You want it?
No, not really.
I love Ben Riley.
I aim to please. All right, let's get out of here. We got, like I said, we got.
Hey, crazy kids.
On that note.
All right, send your thoughts. You heard a lot here tonight, so send your thoughts on any or all of it. capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And you can find all our social media links, including links to the YouTube, links to merchandise. That's right, kids. You can own a Capes and Lunatics t-shirt.
Phone case.
Phone case, mug. Yeah, that's right. Just one-stop shopping. Go check out Linktree. That's linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And check it all out, kids. All right. Lil Hellfire, where can people fight with you?
Is it too late to rebrand this podcast as Random Nonsense? Is it? You decide, guys. Let me know.
We'll just reboot like Marvel and DC.
Lil Hellfire. Or Instagram at Lil Hellfire69 for my Capes and Lunatics and Sidekicks peeps.
I lost my nipple for nothing.
R.I.P. Gary. R.I.P.
Charlie Esser. Charlie, I can't hear you.
Hello?
Did you mute yourself, Charlie Esser? Oh, no.
The first victim of Skype.
Well, you can always find me live tweeting.
When there's things to live tweet.
Or when I feel like it.
When I darn well please.
When I'm not shaving for job interviews. Well, Charlie, you just want me to do your plugs, and then after we hang up, well, you can always find me live tweeting this and that and all kinds of things at Super Connectivity blog. Oh, no. That's the email.
You messed up.
I know.
You can write to him in that.
You can write to him in that old-fashioned email way, like your Maws and Paws and your Victor Von Dooms did at Super Connectivity blog, all one word, at gmail.com. And yes, for all the live tweeting and all that other good stuff, you can find him at Charlie Esser. That's CharlieEsscr. Look for the two E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing. There you go.
And there you go. One the grow one. Oh no, he can't do ampersand.
We'll have to do it together, Philip.
All right, for another week, we have been the Capes, Ampersand. That's right, I did the Lunatics last week. So, from me, from Lil Hellfire, from the Geek, Charlie Esser. We'll fix it before the next show. Skype was like, I'm tired. You guys have been talking for over an hour and 25 minutes. We broke the Skype. Kardashians break the internet. We broke the Skype. Too much beauty on that end. Taking voice and space. Enough said.